It's Ports a Call waterfront dining, award-winning service and cuisine with a view of the dynamic L.A. harbor from every seat. For reservations and directions, visit portsacalldining.com or call 310-833-3553.
Thank you.
Much the cockatoo.
Welcome back to another edition of Living Out Loud. I'm Barbara Venezia, and I'm here in the studio with my co-host Rene Horsch.
Hey.
And Dr. Jorge Rodriguez.
Hola. That's going to be my new catchphrase. Hola.
Is that your new catchphrase?
Yes, until they build the wall. Hola.
Well, but you're not Mexican. You're Cuban.
I am Cuban.
They're not looking to leave Cubans out. I mean,
Not after we've worked so hard to swim here. No.
We've opened the gates to Cuba, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's another
We're-
show.
We're Cuban friendly.
We are
right?
Cuban
Yeah,
friendly.
yeah.
Why? You're smart then.
Yeah,
Cubans are great
see?
people. But you know what's weird?
What?
You know those new cruise lines that they're going to Cuba?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't allow Cuban Americans like myself. The Cuban government isn't allowing us to go back on those cruises.
even
Why?
though, but
Because
you're an
here we are.
American.
I know.
You're an American
Of course I'm an
citizen.
American citizen. I don't know. There's a big upheaval about that. Maybe they're afraid we're going to stash like our relatives in our suitcases. Seriously, and bring them back. I don't know.
So if you are of Cuban descent, you cannot get on a cruise line to go on vacation to Cuba.
I think if
That's
you were like, I
discrimination,
think
isn't
it
it?
is. It is, and there's a
Yeah,
big
seriously.
lawsuit about that. So
I mean, they should be suing the cruise lines.
that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did
don't
not
know
hear that.
Yes, it was on yesterday's news. Yeah.
Oh my God, I need to get out more.
There'll be another show.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So, but how would they know? I mean,
No, because you
Rodriguez
have to-
could be Mexican.
You have to fill out papers beforehand, right? And my passport.
Yeah.
My passport, even though I'm an American citizen, says that I was born in Cuba, which I was. So your passport will forever say where you're born.
So if you got on the cruise line and then you get to Cuba, when they look at your passport, they're like, "Hey, Val, go back on the ship."
No, they will go, oye, tú que estás aquí, te tienes que ir un momento, porque tú no estás aquí. That's what they'd say.
Then you're like, okay, I'm going to the casino. I'll have a cocktail. Yeah.
Right.
But it's bizarre. So I don't know why the Cuban government is not allowing Cuban Americans to go.
That is
because,
crazy.
Because I've had lots of relatives that have gone back to Cuba before,
Right.
you know, and they didn't seem to have
So
a
now,
problem with it.
can Cuban people come to on vacation
No.
to America or anywhere?
No. Listen, Cuba is not an open society. Cuba is still a communist country.
Right.
All right. So we need to realize that. And
Oh,
even
I thought
after.
they're not communists anymore.
Oh,
I
no.
thought-
No, my gosh. Of course
Okay,
they're
so
communists.
you need to pay attention
See,
to the news
people
more
just,
than I do.
confused.
Listen, just
I'm confused.
because because Obama went to Cuba doesn't mean
Right.
you know that it's open. Let me tell you what happened. A few days before he went there, all the people that were dissidents that were wanted democracy, they put them all in jail. So when Obama went there, everything was nice and clean. After he left, anybody that was pro-Obama got beat up and put back in jail. It is still a totalitarian. You know, and I have very strong feelings about this, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
You know,
Yeah,
so
that's
I
crazy.
obviously everybody wants to go there and see, you know, the nice cars and drink the
I don't
daiquiris.
think so.
Yeah, that's what you know. In the
See, I don't want to go to Cuba.
Anyway,
I have not.
Well, you don't like to travel much.
I don't like to travel,
Yeah,
and
that's
not
true,
to
you
third
don't.
world
Yeah.
country.
Oh my gosh!
You
But it is
know.
a third world country now. Let
Right.
me tell you,
It took
it
all
was
I
not.
had to go to Nashville. So,
That's a third world country.
and when I'll tell you,
I
when,
love Nashville. I
When
love
was in
Reba.
Nashville, I did have
They've
a
got
great
good
time.
barbecue there, don't they?
Wonderful
Yeah.
barbecue,
Yeah.
but my allergies went crazy down there.
Oh.
They were really, really bad.
Were things in bloom?
Yes,
Like the
everything.
dogwood and-
everything was in bloom, and it was rainy and humid, and I really had some trouble with allergies. So we're going to talk a little bit about allergies. Do you have allergies?
I have
Renee?
allergies. I go to an allergist every week to get shots, and I see Dr.
Has it
Stewart.
helped?
Yeah, I know it's fantastic because I'm allergic to cut grass and pollens and anything in bloom, which in Southern California
Is everything.
it's all year long. We don't have a dormant season, so
So what are allergies actually?
All right. In our body, we have these cells that protect you against foreign things. Was that a bell?
yeah.
It's Renee ringing.
Sorry.
Round 3. All right. Renee's date is on the phone. Okay. All right. So basically, if your body's not used to these foreign things floating, getting into your body, like these pollens, your body will try to get rid of them. And they'll do that by creating this reaction with these white cells. So they go to your nose where the pollen is or to your bronchioles, and they will inflame them to try to get rid of them. In the meantime, you can't breathe, you know, you're coughing, you know, you feel itchy.
It's
and
terrible.
It is terrible. So what can you do? You can desensitize yourself, like what Rene is doing through his allergist. They're giving him small bits so that his body gets used to it. Or you can take antihistamines. And what they do is they basically freeze these cells that would cause the swelling in your nose. They don't cure anything, but they do improve the symptoms. And probably, like from 2 episodes ago, probably marijuana would help. I don't know.
Well, Rene actually has his allergist who's calling in right now.
It's Debbie that works with Dr. Stuart Epstein. She is the registered nurse there. Is that
Hi,
correct?
Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi, how's everyone today?
Well, thank you. How'd you?
Good.
Yeah.
So Debbie, we're talking allergies today. Is there a certain time of the year where you see more of this than less of it?
Probably more during the spring season, especially in California when you have the winds picking up more and things happening and spring is happening and things are blooming everywhere and it gets pretty crazy out there and a lot of people start suffering and having problems. I think this year has probably been one of the best as far as, a lot of people feeling the symptoms and people who have never felt them before.
Is that because of the rain, you think?
I think a lot of things. I think it's a lack of rain. I think it's the weather for the past, 4 or 5 months. It's been crazy.
Yeah.
It's 90 degrees one week, 45, 50 degrees the next week, and the plants are going, am I coming out or am I staying in? What am I doing? And they just keep producing themselves and hibernating and producing and hibernating, and it's just a mess out there. Mother Nature doesn't know what's going on anymore.
I want to talk a little bit about food allergies because there are times when I will say, I don't eat carrots and I can't eat raw apples and pears. And I've had people say, that's all in your head.
It is all in your head.
It is not in my head.
First of all, if you just said sometimes it happens and sometimes
No,
it doesn't,
no, it happens every
because
time.
a real allergy happens every time that you...
Not necessarily. Sometimes it's toleration form. You can tolerate things one way but not tolerate them another.
Well, that's true. If it's cooked certain ways, right, or prepared.
Well, here's my crazy allergies. I can't eat carrots, pears, or apples.
What happens?
Raw. I get red welts all over my arms and chest, and then I
That's
feel
an
like
allergy.
my tongue is swelling and my throat is swelling. However, if they are cooked, they don't bother me.
Heat changes a lot of the proteins in different... Now, fruits don't have a lot of proteins, but they do. And most, the skin definitely does. So when you cook something, it denatures the protein. And I'm not the expert on allergies, but that can definitely change, the property.
I don't think people realize either that almost every food has a protein to it.
Absolutely.
So Debbie, talk about the difference between food allergies and airborne allergies.
Well, airborne allergies can be 2 different things. They can be seasonal. They can be perennial. It all depends. It's certain people are bothered a couple months out of the year, and then you have people that are bothered throughout the entire year. So it truly all depends what is causing your symptoms to come out versus someone else. Unfortunately, here in California, and sure other places along the West Coast and different things, we have a lot of the same weather a lot of times. And unlike the East Coast where things go dormant and the allergy season kind of dies down a little bit, it just keeps going and going and going. With food allergies, it's different. It's because it's things that you're ingesting, things that you're exposed to. You don't control it the same way. The body doesn't react to it the same way.
So can you grow out of allergies?
Well, tell me what you think. I'll tell you what I think, or what I've seen. Yes, I think some people do become less sort of responsive to the allergen. It's almost like self-inoculation. If you're brought up in small amounts, you can become desensitized. It isn't what usually happens at all. But I guess it can happen.
Yeah, it can happen. It's not as common,
Right.
but it definitely can happen. You could be allergic to 10 things as a child and be allergic to, 1 or 2 things that continue on throughout your life.
Yeah, I am allergic to cats.
Oh, so am I.
Really?
I am too. Yeah.
I walk into a house that has a cat. I don't even have to touch the cat. And my lips get so big, I look like a, Housewife of Beverly Hills type of thing. No, seriously.
That's a good look. Yeah.
No, I'm not kidding.
Not on him.
Yeah.
No, not on me.
So Debbie, I wanted to ask, if you did not have allergies as a child, can you develop them as you get older?
Sure.
Really?
Absolutely.
And then Debbie, can't you also like I had allergies as a child, and then I grew out of them as a young adult, and then in my late 20s, which was just 2 years ago,
I'm allergic to lies.
It came back, and that's why I see you guys now. So
It happens a lot of times. Unfortunately, you have it as a child. You've controlled it. Your parents controlled it. You did the steps. And then later on in life, it does come back for a lot of people.
Yours is called allergis senilis. No, I'm just making it up.
don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. He's really not a doctor.
He's a TV
I play
doctor.
one on
but we
TV.
He's
love
a
him.
TV doctor. Yeah, you know those guys.
Well, did you have another question?
No,
for
I
Debbie?
just want to thank her because really, if you have allergies, they're really debilitating. You have no idea how much it zaps your energy, and you just feel crappy all the time. So it's important to get them checked out.
And let me just do a little shameless plug for Dr. Epstein in your office there. You guys take care of everybody, and they're such great with service because I'm always running late, and they always let me come in and slide through the back door. It's great.
And you're like demanding and bitchy.
No, I'm not bitchy, right, Debbie? I'm like one of your nicest patients.
No, absolutely. You should hear him pounding on the door to get in.
for those allergy shots.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. You were just getting ready to say something. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I was having such a good time, I couldn't remember what I was saying.
You know, Debbie, we have that effect
We're
on
all about
people.
fun.
We are all about fun.
FUN. That's what we do here.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to call in and chat with us about allergies today, Debbie.
Well, you're very, very welcome. Thank you for having me.
All right.
Thanks,
All
Debbie.
right.
Debbie does allergies.
Yeah.
Debbie does allergies. Oh, my gosh. You are very quick-witted.
I thank you.
But
It-
your
it's a-
mind sometimes is in the gutter.
It's a curse.
It is.
It's a curse. It's a blessing and a curse.
It's good for ratings, right? You like that, right?
Well, you know,
It's
Right?
always
Isn't
in
that
the.
why we brought
You
him
know
on
what?
here?
A lot of people's minds are in the gutter. I just tend to verbalize it.
you do.
You know, a
You
lot
do.
of I'm saying
There's
that's what.
times when I'm
wish I
thinking
hadn't.
it
Yes.
and you say it.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, he doesn't have an edit button.
I do have an edit
You don't have
button.
a filter,
you
right?
I do. You should see what I'm not. You should see what I'm not saying.
You cleaned it up for our show,
There's
right?
so much I'm not saying that I want to say.
That is so funny because my mind's not in the gutter. Like,
You know what it is?
I'm always like two steps behind. Like when somebody tells the dirty innuendo, I'm like thinking, well, oh, that was that. Oh,
That's why
what-
I'm not going to tell you my license plate. But anyway.
Why? What
No,
does your
because
license
I don't
plate
want
say?
people to like track me down.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
right.
Why your license plate has an innuendo?
Shh.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then I
In
won't.
your endo.
Oh, because you're a gastroenterologist.
Yes.
Yes. And
I thought it was
I'm
clever.
going to give you a plug. You're, aren't you on the doctors this month?
I was on the doctors a couple of days ago.
When does it air?
It aired a couple of days
Okay.
ago. So I think the season they're finishing taping this Friday. So this is all for the season.
Okay.
You know.
But you've been on the doctors a lot.
lot,
A
yeah.
lot this year.
I
He's
have
like
been.
our,
I've been
he's our
co-hosting.
celebrity.
He
Come on.
No, I'm
is.
not the
Yes.
celebrity. Yes, I am.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. Yes, I am.
Hey, and you know one thing that we did not talk about in our pot segment is your friend Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, I was going to mention that. Whoopi, my friends. Yeah, I have
We-
friends that are
Right.
famous.
Well,
We
we dressed
talked.
her.
Are really good.
Yeah, we
You dressed her
when
for
she
what?
won the Oscar for Ghost.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So that's how far back I go. Yeah,
Yeah, you do. That is,
Yeah, that is
She
pretty far
was
back.
anyway. Whoopi is
I was
wonderful, a good friend, and she has just come out with a line of, I guess, like pot things, organic.
Oh, we
pot-
should have had her on
Edibles.
our show.
edibles. Yeah,
On the
Yeah.
pot show, we should have had her call in.
I know. We
Well,
could have.
you know what?
We'll do it next time.
we
Yeah.
get together,
I'd
let's
love
have
that.
Whoopi
You know,
call in.
do you know-
She's more fun than that other chick
Do you?
we had call in.
Oh my
Yeah,
God!
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
that's
right.
fine, but don't call me out on not like doing my homework, please. I'm all about the homework.
Right. Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
she'll
was,
love
she was
that.
angry, that woman.
Well, you know what? That's
Yeah.
what I hate. You can tell me that I don't know everything, but the people that get automatically defensive,
Yeah, she
you
gets
know,
super
to me, it's like
defensive.
you've lost me right there.
Well,
Yeah.
if you're, you know what, you people will have to go back and listen to our marijuana show to understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, go back to the marijuana
yeah.
show.
Yeah, it's got these guys fired up.
Yeah, go back to
It's
the.
got
No
them
pun
fired up.
intended. No
Go
pun
back to the
intended.
hoochie.
For another edition of Living Out Loud. We'll see you next time.
Oh yeah.